Hey tubies, it's Psychic Bob, and it's Monday. Welcome to Astrology Monday. How are you guys out there tonight? Whew, I tell you, I almost missed the show tonight. I had to be honest, Cola had to wake me up. Some of you maybe saw today's video. We went out to a great pub lunch, but I had a pint of beer, a whole pint. You ever seen a British pint? Well, I must admit, it was a little stronger than I expected. And by the time I got home, which I don't half remember, it's a little bit of a blur. All I remember is falling into bed and lamb chop curling up with cola.
Be careful what you say, Pops.
And lamb chop was curled up next to us. Anyways, I'm here for the show. I think the beer is worn off. I've been drinking a lot of water and a lot of tea. Whew. Any of y'all ever drank the British beer? It is about 3 times stronger than American beer. I thought it was just one drink. I said, oh, it's not going to hurt one drink. Well, let's just say the afternoon became a bit of a blur.
You're still looking a bit flushed there, Pops.
I'm still looking a bit flushed. I don't know if that's from the beer or Cola giving me a big kiss before the show. Anyways, well, I am here today. It's so good to see you. Oh, we got a lot of people in the chat today. Look, oh my gosh, there's Amsterdamsel's here. Oh, so do you like stuff? Hello, there's Amy Radcliffe here. How funny is Bob buzzing? I'm not buzzing, I don't think. I hope I'm not.
Not now, you're not, but you were earlier.
I was earlier,
You was
definitely.
wobbling all over. I had to hold on to him, getting on the tube.
She said I was wobbling all over and she had to hold on to me getting on the tube. That's probably true. I kept thinking, I was on the tube and I kept thinking, it's going in slow motion. I kept saying, Cola, why is the train in slow motion? She said, Bob, it is not in slow motion. You're drunk. Well, anyways, we're here. The good news is I did the astrology earlier in the day, put it together before I had my beer. So at least we know it'll be accurate.
I text Jeannie on the when you were wobbling. I says, my Bob's pissed. How do I get him home safe?
Don't talk about my bad behavior. Anyways, hold on a second, guys. I got a urgent phone call coming in. My phone's flashing.
Oh, God.
Hold on. Who is this? I don't reckon. It says downtown central London. Hold on a second. Hello? Yes, this is Robert Hickman. Who is this? Harrods Department Store. You're just calling to check up on my account at Harrods? Yes, I have an account at Harrods. I was there the other day. No, I wasn't in the store today. No, I went to a different place today. I didn't come to... What? On my Harrods charge account... Wait. Back up. Say that again. A lamb came into Harrods today and said that he was picking up what?
He was under mind control, Pops.
It must have been. The lamb must have been under mind control. He went to the jewelry department and he wanted to buy a Capricorn charm. And did you sell him one? Well, he said he had my card, my permit. How much? 500 pounds. For a Capricorn, oh, well, it was 22 karat gold. Oh, I did. Well, oh my gosh. No, I did not know this. All right, let me call you back. All right. I'm in the middle of a live show. I would just hold the charge. Okay. No, it wasn't theft. Don't cancel the card. I'll have to explain. It's a complex story. All right. Thank you, Harrods. Thanks for calling. Lamb chop. Where are you? Lamb chop, get in here. What? I just got a phone call from Harrods. They said you went there today and bought a Capricorn charm. You didn't tell me you were going to do that. Oh my gosh. Well, no, they said they were going to hold it till the charge was cleared. So it's still at the store, it sounds like. I have told you you're an Aries. Where did you get the idea to go to Harrods and use my credit card? Well, Cola insisted that you're a Capricorn. Cola.
I thought you were going to blame me. Don't blame me.
She didn't do. You took the credit card. All right, listen. I got to do the show now. We will sort this out later. Oh my goodness, guys, go sit down with Cola. Go over there. Oh my goodness gracious! What are we gonna do, guys? I don't know what to do. Oh my heavens! Well, show must go on. I'll have to call Harrods in the morning and sort this out. Well, I'm so glad you guys are here. Welcome to our show tonight. We're going to explore the astrology for this week, aren't we? All right. By the way, speaking of astrology and gold charms, I am wearing my charm, which I did purchase, which is an astrology, my Zodiac charm with my little jewels. Isn't that beautiful? Aquarius charm, vintage 1970s. It's got the original gold chain with it. Isn't that wonderful? And I'm wearing tonight my astrology bracelet. Some of you have seen this. This is the 9 gems of the Zodiac. The Vedic system astrology, which is the Eastern. It's a little different. I do Western astrology, but I like Eastern astrology too. Has 9, they say you're supposed to wear the 9 gems of the Zodiac to align your energies with the stars. So that's what I'm wearing today. I thought you guys would like to see that. Isn't that beautiful? And if you want to know what the 9 gems are, I'll tell you real quick. Emerald, yellow sapphire, cat's eye, diamond. By the way, these are all real gems. Diamond. Which one's that one? Garnet. I think that one's garnet. Blue sapphire. That's a ruby. Is that the one? No, that one's a garnet. The other is a ruby. Okay, so this one, let's see. This one's the ruby. Ruby's in the center. Ruby, and then this other red one is a garnet, and then that's coral and pearl. And these 9 gems are called Navaratna in the Hindu religion, the Eastern astrology, and they protect you from any maleficent forces in the cosmos. So you know Psychic Bob going to be wearing his gems. First of all, I love jewelry. And if it's astrology related, I love it too. So what a great thing, huh? But anyways, I'm glad you guys are here tonight. And we're having such a good time. All right. So we got to talk about the astrology. There's a lot going on this week. Don't worry. We're going to get through. We have a few challenges. Nothing horrific, though. So let's dive right into it, shall we? All right. So what do we got going on here? Okay. Well, we're started. By the way, I need to give the dates for this broadcast. This forecast is for Monday, January the 16th, 2023 through Sunday, January the 22nd. So Monday through Sunday, okay? The 16th of January through the 22nd of January, okay? Hey, there's Michelle Marzano. Hello, welcome. There's Angela Prayer Poems. You know, good to see you guys. Welcome. There's Vivian Clark. Hello, Vivian. Good to see you. Welcome. All right. So what do we got going on? Well, right now, our sun is in the sign of Capricorn. We're going to be in the sign of Capricorn until this Friday, which is January 20th. We're going to move over into Aquarius. So this is a major transition this week. So for our Capricorn babies, happy birthday. We're still in your power time all the way to Friday. And then Friday, the Aquarians get to rise in power. And I'm an Aquarius, so I'm kind of excited about that. Oh, yeah. Oh, Cola's disagreeing with that. She said Capricorns will always be in power.
I don't think so. I was just going to say Capricorns rule, man.
Capricorns rule? Okay. Well, according to my astrology, they rule until Friday. Then we get to be in power. Aquarius power. Anyways, listen, happy birthday to our Capricorn babies and happy birthday to our upcoming Aquarian babies. Right now we're in an earth sign. Capricorn's an earth energy. This gives us ability to move through tasks quickly. It's a powerful earth energy. Interestingly, today we've got our moon starting off our week in the sign of Scorpio, which is a water sign. That stirs deep emotions, psychic intuitions, all that connection with spirit, where all that falls in Scorpio. So when you have an earth sign, like the sun's in earth and the moon's in water, That's a really great flow of power. So we're starting off the week with a really good kind of grounded, nurtured flow of power. Okay. Now, where we're going to run into just a little challenge. Now, again, don't panic. Okay. But we've got Mercury trine the North Node. Now, normally that's great because the North Node gives us forward vision, it gives us energy to see the future. Mercury trine the North Node means that you're going to be wanting to look at the future. You're going to be talking about the future. Mercury's about what we communicate to the outer world. However, it's kind of offset a little bit this week because we've got right now our moon in opposition to the North Node. Now, what does that mean? So we've got Mercury trine the North Node, which is a positive aspect that makes us want to talk about the future. And then we've got our moon in opposition to the North Node. This kind of cancels it out because this opposition aspect, as I'm looking, is actually a challenging aspect this week. The North Node is all about looking to the future, but with the moon in opposition to it, it means that you feel blocked from seeing the future. And what you're going to find this week, we also have the moon is in opposition to Uranus. With that moon being in opposition to Uranus and in opposition to the North Node, what it does is it kind of blocks you from getting your goal accomplished in terms of the future plans. Mercury trine the North Node means you want to talk about it, but it ends up being more of a pipe dream. Now, don't let this upset you or quit the week. But it does pose just a little challenge that you may get a bunch of people together. Let's say you've got a great plan. You're going to start a company, right? Well, this week you'll have great conversation about it, but actually get people in action to start to manifest and really be on board could be a little bit of a challenge here. So be patient with this. Now, our saving grace this week, which is one of the most powerful aspects this week, is that our sun is sextile Neptune. Neptune is the planet of psychic power, and that sun gives supercharged power. So you will get true prophetic visions, all of you. This is for all 12 zodiac signs, these major transits. Affects all of us. You're going to get a lot of visions. You're going to be on the money. You're going to see the future. You're going to be able to even describe it in detail. The problem is getting people on your team, if you're working on a project, to actually commit to the work and to manifest. And you yourself may find that when you step into manifestation mode, things go a little wonky or a little awry. And that's because that moon in opposition to Uranus makes some erratic energies in all of this. Again, don't panic. Keep your vision. Keep being a channel, because remember, with spiritual light, being in the channeling mode always raises the power. Even if the outer world we get a little blocked at times, still a lot of wonderful power available. And, as I say, everything in that wheel of the zodiac is turning. So we will get those visions, those feelings, those intuitions. In the next week, you'll be able to activate. This week might be a little iffy, but next week things will start to shift and you'll be back on track. So don't throw it away or discard it or ignore, the intuitions, even if you can't manifest them in the material right now. And then the energy around this doesn't say you absolutely cannot manifest, but it does say you might be challenged. And if you're one of these people, you get in, you make it happen, hey, more power to you, all right? But know that so you don't get overwhelmed or frustrated. Now, as I mentioned, by this Friday, our sun is moving over into Aquarius. Aquarius is an interesting sign because we're going from an earth sign, which is Capricorn, which we've been in for the last month, into an air sign. And by Friday, you may feel yourselves raising your consciousness. You're going to want to share those ideas. Sometimes when we move into a major thing from an earth sign to an air sign, for some people, they can feel a little unbalanced, a little ungrounded, because that energy comes in very strongly on Friday. Just work on grounding yourself down. Eat some of your favorite foods. Slow down a little bit. Don't rush through the day on Friday, because with that shift into Aquarius, as I said, some of you, it's going to feel like freedom. You're going to feel like you've been maybe stifled during Capricorn's time. And for you that are especially like the air signs like Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, you're going to feel like, ooh, I'm free. I'm back in my power element. For some of you who are earth signs like Capricorn or some of the other earth signs, you might feel, a little ungrounded. So be gentle with yourself come Friday, because whenever the sun shifts between us, it's a major energy shift. That being said, this is not a bad week. There is nothing ominous in the stars, just a little challenge in organization and focus. And you know what? We've been through way worse transits than this, so I'm not really particularly worried, but I wanted to share it with you so you can kind of be in the flow of the know and go with it, All right, you guys with me? By the way, if you weren't here yesterday, you missed our show. We did a live show, Psychic Readings. And if you missed that, don't worry. We're going to have another opportunity for that. When's our next one, Cole? It's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, tomorrow, Tuesday at 12 o'clock.
UK time.
Yeah, 5 o'clock UK time, which is 12 noon Eastern USA time. We're going to do live psychic readings again on messages from the spirit world. So if you missed yesterday and still want to get in, come tomorrow, okay? But in the meantime, like I always say, if you can't get a private reading with me or you can't get on messages show, this astrology video, take notes during it, study it, let it help your life, because I give a lot of psychic information from the astrology show that will help you throughout the week. And I'm just so glad you guys are here. Thank you so much for your support. Gosh, we got a lot of people here. There's TGVG's here. There's Sandra D. There's Belinda Tornay. Hey, Robin Boston's here. My sister's keeper's here. Yay. So good to have you here. Angela Prayer Poem says, I wonder if planets use energy to talk to each other since they have so much of it. I think everything in the cosmos is alive. I really believe that. So yes, I do believe the planets can talk to each other and share experiences. Absolutely. All right, so these are kind of our major transits. As I said, it's not a really super active week. I mean, of course, that sun shift is major, but you know how to deal with that. And with the other challenges with that moon in opposition to the North Node, again, slow down, keep your channel open, don't panic. People can't get focused with you. Don't worry about it. Next week's a new week. All right. So you guys ready for your horoscopes? All right. If you're new here, by the way, welcome to our channel. I hope you'll hit subscribe and be part of us. We put out a show pretty much 7 days a week here at Spirit Show. It's always something new. And while I'm traveling, I'm in England. We'll be doing 2 shows a day. By the way, I put out a video earlier about my pub lunch where you see me drinking the beer. Whew, that beer was powerful. If you haven't seen that, check it out. It's over in the video section of my channel. So for those of you who are new here or maybe haven't been here in a while, YouTube has shifted the way they do it. I used to have just all the videos and lives in one feed. They've separated them. So if you want to see my vlog videos, they're pre-taped. Those are in the video section, and this is over in the live section. Okay, so just look at the top of the screen. You'll see the tabs.
Good question for you, Bob.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Psychic Bob, does the stars talk to each other also?
Yes, Marjana, all things in the cosmos are alive.
I think everything's connected.
Everything's connected. And this is the wonder of astrology, is that astrology helps us to understand not only our place in the cosmos, but to understand the flow of energy that moves through all the cosmos, all the galaxies, all the planets, all the stars. It's all interconnected, and it's all infused with infinite intelligence. So yes, they can talk to each other. Good question. Thank you, Marjan. I hope that helps a little bit. All right, so we're going to spin around our big wheel. Now I'm going to give horoscopes here for all 12 zodiac signs. And if you don't know what zodiac sign you are, by the way, I'm doing Western astrology, or it's called tropical zodiac astrology. Vedic astrology, because I get this question every week. Are you doing Vedic astrology or Western? I do Western, the traditional Greco-Roman Western astrology. Actually, it originated in Babylon. Everything east went to the west. But there's also another type of astrology, which I'd have to do a whole video on, called Vedic astrology. It's from India. Similar systems are very similar, but in some ways they're a little different. I do Western astrology, just so you know. So if you don't know what your Western tropical zodiac sign is, I'm going to give the birth dates after each sign. Just listen up and you'll hear the birthday. When you hear the sign where your birthday falls in that date range, that's your sign, okay? You guys with me? All right. Robin Boston says, she said, that was an awesome lunch you two had. It was wonderful. I just wish I remember more of my trip home.
I'm seeing now.
Cole is not saying a thing. All right. So we're going to spin around our wheel. And let's start, as we always do, with Aries. Aries, your birth date range is March 21st through April 19th. Right now, Aries, this is a very interesting time. Your sign is crossing through the first house in the ascendant, and it's square Earth right now. And what this means is you may feel a little hesitant to come out into the world to be seen. It's strange because Aries is normally a sign that just wants to be bigger than life and out there and show their truths. But with that square of the earth in the ascendant, that can indicate a little bit of sense of withdrawal from the world. My advice to you this week, Aries, is push through your hesitation. When I see a strange alignment, I don't want to say strange, interesting alignment, that's a better word. Nothing strange, these happen all the time. But when I see an alignment like this says that your sign wants to be aware. Be aware of where you're holding back. Maybe you want to apply for a job and you just keep hesitating, right? This sign, this alignment this week says, yeah, you're probably going to be a little nervous or think, maybe I shouldn't. You might feel like you've lost a little confidence, Aries. That's not normal to your sign, but it is an astrological influence. My advice to you is go ahead, confront your fear, push through it this week. Because with that ascendant in the first house, even though it's challenged by the square with the earth aspect, it still means immense power, that people will recognize you and that you will be loved and you will succeed. So Aries, this is a strange kind of week for you. It's a little out of character, but nothing horrific. Again, I want to emphasize, and I got to say this because there's another psychic who's been saying astrology is a trap. It's a false system that ensnares you. Don't believe that. Astrology is an ancient system of guidance. Who among us doesn't need some guidance? Even I get the guidance from the stars. So Aries, this week, I want you to be brave, face your anxiety, just push on through. You will succeed. And the people that you fear that might reject you are actually going to love you. It's going to be a week of good things, but you got to face it and push forward. I hope that helps, Aries. There you go. You got your homework cut out for you. Blessings to you guys. All right, next sign on our wheel is Taurus. And Taurus is April 20th through May 20th. Okay. Right now, Taurus, you've got the North Node in your sign, also in the first house, and you've got Uranus in the first house in Taurus. What this means is that right now there's a powerful breakthrough. You want to reveal your truth. With that North Node, that is a very forward visionary aspect. With the North Node in your sign in the first house, this says you're ready to launch your idea. You're ready to share your truth. You may have been sitting back the last few months, Taurus, being an observer, saying, well, I see how that's going. I think we should change that. I don't know if people understand this point. Now, this week, Taurus, is your time to speak your truth. You will actually hit it on the head. You will be on the money with your perceptions, with your visions, and you will rock it. But do not be like the Aries. You and the Aries are sharing some aspects of a little hesitation this week. Taurus, like the Aries, I'm encouraging you. Don't worry about what people are going to think. Don't worry about your image. You're in the first house as well, along with Aries. This means the world will set up and pay attention. Share your truth. Go into the world. Don't hold back. You're going to rock it. Blessings to you, Taurus. Thank you so much. All right, next sign on our wheel is Gemini. And Gemini's birth dates are May 21st through June the 20th. You've got some interesting alignments this week. You've got Mercury right now, semi-square Mars in the second house in Gemini in your sign. And what this all means is you're feeling it, you know it, you're right on the money. This is kind of a prophetic vision, Gemini. You know what's coming, you see it. Now, unlike the Aries and Taurus, though, this week, Gemini, this alignment, the semi-square aspect says, just slow down, stop. Don't reveal your truth yet. Don't show your cards. Gemini, you're going to see over this week that there are a lot of kind of political actions moving around you. And you would do better to keep being an observer this week. And in the next week, then you can come out. But this week right now, Gemini, opposite of Aries and Taurus, because I told them to go into the world, I'm telling you, hold back and be an observer. So Gemini, this week, you don't want to show your cards too soon, as they say. Don't reveal what you know. Don't make any accusations, even if they're true, which they will be, because Gemini, right now, you are in the sign of clear channeling and power, but don't reveal what you know yet. Hold your truth until next week, and then the alignments will be better. All right, Gemini, so that's your work this week. Stay within, be an observer, hold your cards close to your vest. Some of you may not know that expression. Hold your cards close to your vest comes from back in the days of playing poker. You wouldn't show your hand. Sometimes you'd wait and you'd hold them close so people couldn't see. That's what you got to do, Gemini. You all right? You know what to do. Blessings to you, Gemini. Thank you. All right, next sign on our wheel. Ooh, we're spinning. Hey, we haven't done the song in a long time. All right, you ready? We break into songs sometimes. The wheels of the Zodiac go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheel of the Zodiac goes round and round all the livelong day. Don't ask me. It must be the beer. I think I'm still under the influence. All right. Next sign on our wheel, spinning round. Ooh, I was spinning today. I swear I thought the stars were changing positions. All right, Cancer, June 21st through July 22nd. Let's see here. I can't read my chicken scratch notes. I handwrite all my shows, so look at that. Isn't that great? All right, so Cancer. Yes. Cancer, right now, this is a kind of a quiet time for you. Your sign right now is just literally floating in the third house. You have no planets in your sign. That's nothing ominous. Don't worry. We call this in astrology rest time. You don't have a lot of influences pulling on you. And this is time, Cancer, for you just to give yourself a break. Step back from the world. Step back from work. Step back from the people who are making demands. And you retreat, rejuvenate, renew. Renew your spirit this week, Cancer. You Cancers are very sensitive people, and you don't want to get overwhelmed. And right now, the alignments are promoting quiet time for Cancer. So you go have your quiet time. You honor yourself, and you be at peace. And you're going to have a really good week. Don't worry if the whole world's not at your door, which they might be. It's funny, whenever you want to take a break, that's when everybody comes in, don't they? But you honor you this week. Get your quiet time, get your retreat time, restore your spirit. And that's your homework for the week, Cancer. Blessings to you. All right, next sign on our spinning wheel. I don't have a big zodiac wheel. I need to put one up here. I'm going to look for a big zodiac wheel I can put up while we're I'll do on the show next week. Next sign on our wheel is Leo. Ooh, I love Leos. Leos are grand people. July 23rd through August 22nd. That's the birth dates for Leo. July 23rd through August 22nd. Leo, you're a little bit like the Cancers. Right now, there's just not a lot happening in your sign. You are literally floating in the fifth house. This house, the fifth house, deals with creativity and vision. And so, Leo, right now is a really great time for you, like your Cancer friends, to withdraw from the world and work on the inner vision. It's a great time for Leos who have been thinking about creative projects. Visualize what you want to create right now, Leo, and you'll see in the next week that power, that image builds, and then you're ready to take it into the world and succeed and do amazing things. But you got to have that quiet time. And I know for Leos, that's a little challenging because I know a lot of Leos. I love Leos. Leos are grand people. They're bigger than life. They inspire people. They're always out in the world. They're a fire sign. They're just full of energy. But Leo, this week, it's about practice of being quiet, going within, letting the mystic vision come. A little challenging for Leos sometimes. But you know what? That's where the power is. So take that fire power and turn it within and illuminate from within, and then you'll have the right vision. All right, you got your work cut out for you. Everybody here that gets a reading has some homework to do, but that's all right. You're going to do it, Leo. Blessings. Thank you so much. All right, next sign on our wheel is Virgo, and Virgo is August 23rd through September 22nd. Okay. Virgo, you, the Leos, and the Cancers are all kind of floating through the same situation right now. Right now, I don't see any planets in your signs. And this is a time when you need to also take a break. Your sign is floating literally through the sixth house this week. And sixth house is about just daily routine. It's kind of boring. It's not a lot of excitement. Sixth house can be fascinating, powerful, but the alignments for Virgo this week, it really just shows it's kind of a ho-hum week. So it's about doing your daily tasks. All right. So you're going to feel this week, Virgo, I'm going through the motions. Nothing's really exciting. You might feel a little blah this week, Virgo. And this is a time for you to take that blah time and restore yourself, like the Leos and like the Cancers. So you need to plan this week, Virgo, for a break for yourself. Now, this week, because you're in the sixth house, you may find that you're actually busier than normal, but it's nothing exciting. Now, don't get upset by it. It's nothing tragic, but it's like sixth house is all about routine, just the daily grind, the daily routine. It's nothing exciting really in the sixth house. So use this time while you're being practical and scheduling and managing day-to-day affairs to build in a break for yourself soon, like within the next month, maybe as soon as next week if you can. But that's what you got to do. Get through the week. Just do your routine. You're not going to be feeling it particularly. It's just like blah, ho, hum. And plan something to look forward to. Isn't it exciting when we always have something to look forward to? It gets so much better, doesn't it? So I think, Virgo, you got to plan for some downtime for yourself, especially after this week. I hope that helps. Blessings to you. Thank you, Virgo. All right, next sign on our wheel is Libra. Libra. Love my Libra friends. They're air signs, Libra, September 23rd through October 22nd. Libra, this is where we have so many signs that are following similar pattern this week. Libra, your alignments, you are literally sharing the sixth house with Virgo. Again, like I said to the Virgos, this is going to be a ho-hum week. Okay. The astrology for Virgo is literally exactly the same. This is rare that I see it like this, but this week is how it is. It's the same horoscope. So Libras, guess what? You're going to have a week where you're just going through the routines, not exciting, kind of blah, nothing real exciting. But like the Virgos, I want you to plan some time for yourself. The only thing I notice in Libra, it's a little different than Virgo, is that some of the alignments that look like they're coming in can indicate that there may be people trying to use you. As a Libra, people are drawn to Libras because they feel comforted by Libras, and Libras take care of everybody. So Libra, this week, as you're going through your routine, a daily grind, as I call it, be careful that people don't try to use you or take unfair advantage of you. Libras, because they love to talk to everybody, sometimes, like Aquariuses, and I speak from experience, end up in situations where we talk to the wrong people and then we get ourselves entangled in stuff we don't want. That's the only thing I see in Libra that's a little bit of caution this week. But Libras, like the Virgos, you have the same energy this week, same alignment. No planets really pulling on you at the moment, super strong, but in the next few days, they will come in. Plan a break for yourself because you take care of it. Libras are one of the most nurturing signs of the zodiac, but you got to give yourself a break. So build that in as soon as you can. And you and the Virgos could go on vacation together. There you go. All right, Libra, you got it. All right. Next sign on our wheel is Scorpio. Scorpio, love Scorpios. They're mystical people. October 23rd through November 21st. That's the dates of Scorpio. October 23rd through November 21st. Right now, you've got the moon in your sign and the south node in the 7th house in your sign. And this week for you, Scorpio, it's all about exploring deep interconnections with relationships, particularly romantic relationships, because the 7th house deals with partnerships and specifically the partnership of marriage. Now, that doesn't mean you have to go get married if you don't want to. But what you're going to see is because of that south node influence this week, you're going to feel a sense of past life connections with people that you meet. So Scorpio, this week, kind of be in the open-mindedness to say, you know what, do I have a connection from the past with this person? This is going to be a bit of a mystical week for Scorpios. We're going to start to say, could that person be my soulmate? Oh, is that possible? We feel like we know each other. We don't know from where. It's another life. So Scorpio, this week's a bit of a mystical week, maybe a little bit of romance mixed in, a little intrigue, a little connectivity. But it doesn't have to just be romance. It could also be business connections or even family members. Because with that south node in the 7th house, it does mean partnership. And some partnerships are not romantic. So Scorpio, this is a week I want you guys to really kind of just pay attention to what you're feeling, particularly when you're interacting with people. You may start to have visions of past lives. You may have a sense of knowing each other. This would be a week where Scorpio, I tell you, one of the things I think is going to happen is you might literally just end up meeting people like on the bus or at a train station, and you just hit up a conversation. You become instant friends. You ever had that happen? It's really fascinating. It's happened to me in my life. And Scorpio, if that should happen, that could be that south node influence in the 7th house, drawing people together to resolve past life karma. So you got some mystical things going on, Scorpio, and keep an eye on that this week. There you go. You got your homework. All right. Woo. Next sign on our wheel is Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, November 22nd through December 21st. Okay. Now this is interesting. Your alignments this week are a little different than Scorpios. They're kind of the opposite because you've got your sign floating through the 8th house, and this is all about the future for you. And the 8th house deals with issues around death, issues around legacy, issues of letting go of things that hold us to this earth. And it's not a sign that anybody's dying. Sagittarius, you are not dying. This is not an ominous death prediction. But what it is saying is that with this 8th house energy coming up, you're going to feel like you want to look to the long-range future. And you'll probably be in a philosophical mood this week, asking yourself, what is my legacy? What have I left on the earth? What have I done with my time here? What have I left undone? Can I fix the things I've left undone? Is there time? The answer is yes, there's time. And all of those questions are going to come up for you Sagittarius this week. So be open to that. Don't let it overwhelm you. Don't get morbid about it. Just say, how can I improve my life in the present so that my future is better for everybody that I encounter? It could be, for example, starting a savings account for a scholarship fund to send a kid to college. It might be planning your will where you leave a little money to a cause you believe in. You see? So Sagittarius, this week's kind of a deep, kind of a philosophical, self-questing, self-knowledge, looking at the past, looking at the future, seeing your place in the bigger picture of life. That's what Sagittarius are going to focus on this week. So Sagittarius, I'm going to encourage you to be open to that, to explore it, and see where it takes you. Blessings to you. I can't wait to hear what you guys do with some of this, especially you Sagittarius. Maybe some of you will do some amazing things. Next week we can talk about it. All right, next sign on our wheel is Capricorn, or we call her El Caprio. All right, Capricorn, December 22nd through January 19th. Ooh, Capricorn, this is the power week. I think of all the signs, Capricorn has got one of the most powerful horoscopes of the week. Why is that? You've got not only the sun in your sign, but you've got the sun sextile Neptune this week. You also have Mercury trine the North Node. This means prophetic vision, like long-term looking into the next 1,000 years and knowing everything that's coming, feeling it and being with it. You, Capricorn, are the psychic power hubs of the Zodiac this week. Not only that, your sign is crossing through 3 houses at the same time. The 8th house, the 9th house, and the 10th houses. All of these houses deal with issues of connectivity to others, future legacies, visions, resources going into the world. Very mystical, very powerful for you.
Yeah, watch out, Bobs.
Uh-oh, look out. El Caprio says, I better watch out. She's on a roll. I'm going to stay out of her way. Listen, Capricorn, this is a week. Trust your vision. Try to look ahead and know that you have the gift this week, particularly a prophetic vision. As I tell you, Sun sextile Neptune and Mercury trine the North Node. You're going to be on. You're going to outrank Psychic Bob this week, Capricorn. So I'm going to just hang up my psychic cat and let the Capricorns take over. There you go.
Yeah, because you know that Capricorns will kick Aquarius's asses anyways.
Well, she said Capricorn's going to kick butt over Aquarius. We'll see about that. But this week, actually, I believe it. I believe it.
I'll give you a reading tonight.
She did. She gave me a reading. It was wonderful. All right. So Capricorn, go into the world. Trust your vision. Take it. Run with it. Be the prophets of society. Who don't we need some prophets right now? I tell you, I look at the world and I think to myself, we're all so lost. I mean, you look at all the craziness that's going on. I can't even talk about because of censorship, but you all know what I'm talking about.
Angela said, maybe that's why Lamb Chop wants to be a Capricorn.
Well, that's short-term vision. All right.
Lamb Chop's going to take over your Bob.
Lamb Chop might be the next psychic. Look out, guys. I might just retire and let Lamb Chop take over the channel.
But
We'll
we
see.
know Lamb Chop talks a lot of porcupines.
Well, he does tell porcupines. Well, anyways, Capricorn, this is a power week for you. Enjoy it because Friday you got to give up the throne and Aquarius reigns. Speaking of Aquarius, that's our next sign is Aquarius. Next sign on our wheel is Aquarius. Hey, Aquarius, it's your power day's coming. Hang in there. All right, what do we got? Aquarius, January 20th through February 18th. If your birthday falls in there, you're an Aquarius, okay? January 20th through February 18th. Ooh, Aquarius, Cupid got their arrow on you this week. You've got Venus predominating in your chart. You've got Venus trine the ascendant in your sign. What's that mean? You're going to look good. You're going to feel good. You're going to present well. Aquarius, take a good shower, polish it up because you're going to shine this week. And you got sex appeal. Woo! Glory. Lord.
you're
5.
already shining, Bob.
This week, I'm telling you, you got the flame of passion around you. Now, you also have Venus square Uranus in Taurus in your chart. Venus square Uranus means you could have breakthrough. Like maybe you've been Aquarius, you've been wanting to connect to somebody, and it's like, I just want to go out with that person. They never have time. This week, that Uranian influence could be a little erratic, but it's breakthrough energy for you. And Venus trying the ascendant means you get noticed. So this week, Aquarius, you put on your best, you show off, be full of yourself, be proud of how you are. You're going to look good. Now, I know some Aquarius are going to say, well, say goodbye, I never look good. I don't have good clothes. I'm never. Listen, 90% of beauty is inner light. The outer stuff's so minor. You discover your inner alignment, your inner truth, Aquarius, because that's where your passion is. When we talk about love, because Venus is predominating Aquarius this week, it's not about the exterior. It's not about how fancy my clothes are. It's about the love in the heart, right? Don't we do this heart sign? Right? You focus on the heart and you'll well up that energy of Venus. People are going to say, what have you done? You look so good, Aquarius person. And you haven't done anything, but it's your inner light that's shining. You focus on the inner light, the outer will take care of itself. Whoo! I see love, romance, and passion. Whoo! For Aquarius this week. Ooh, Baroness, look out. Bobby Ray got his eye on you.
You're stupid.
All right, enough of that. All right, moving on. Our next side of our all right, Aquarius, you got your homework cut out. Love yourself, love others, and you're going to rock it. Power of love is yours, Aquarius. There we go. Ooh, I love it. Isn't that great? All right. Next side on our wheel is Pisces. Our Pisces. Pisces, you always have to wait to the end. I think next week I'm going to do the horoscopes in reverse. So Pisces gets to be first. Would you guys like that? Some of you, I feel like Pisces has to wait to the end. So we're going to give you first dibs next week. All right, Pisces is February 19th through March 20th. Pisces, I can't decide who's more prophetic this week, Capricorn or Pisces. And I'll tell you why. You've got your ruling planet, which is your power sign of Neptune, actually in your sign and in the 12th house. This alignment really also, like the Capricorns, stimulates prophetic vision. Like you're just going to be in tune, okay? So I tell you, I can't decide because with the Capricorns got the Sun sextile Neptune, but Neptune rules Pisces. I think I'm going to call it a tie. I think the Capricorns and the Pisces are the ones with the most psychic ability this week. Me, I'm an Aquarius, but I'm not as powerful. My alignments this week aren't as powerful as these two. So I'm going to let Cola take over the show because she got the power this week. All right. Oh, Cola's coming in. You coming over to the show, Cola? You got to stay over there and guard lamb chop.
I've got the lamb.
Because I got to get up early and call Herod's tomorrow. All right. So Pisces, this week, it's about letting that prophetic vision emerge. Don't doubt it. Don't go, oh, I can't believe I saw that. Trust it. Write down your prophecies, capture them, and be ready to share them with the world. Okay? So there you go. All right. So it's a tie, I think, this week between who's got more prophecy, the Capricorns or the Pisces. And it looks good both ways for each of you. All right. So trust your vision. Capture it. First of all, capture it. Channel it. Write it. Save it. Meditate on it. Then share it. And you're going to be doing your homework that way this week, Pisces. Oh my gosh, guys, can you believe we spun around the wheel? We covered all 12 zodiac signs. And if you're just tuning in, you've missed this, I would encourage you after the show, go back and watch it from the beginning. Because in the beginning, we talked about all the major transits, and then we gave horoscopes for all 12 signs. What's going on, Baroness?
Baroness Cola, Bob, the Cola show, that Scott said.
The Cola show. Well, I tell you, looking at this astrology this week, she might just take over. I'm going to take my hat off and retire. Psychic Bob will never leave you guys. I love you guys, seriously. Thank you for being here today. Listen, we got just a few minutes. If anybody wants to ask any astrology questions, I'll be happy to answer. I'm not doing psychic readings, but I am doing astrology questions. Tomorrow, be here at noon. We'll have messages from the spirit world at 12 o'clock noon. Remember, on Tuesday is the only day we don't broadcast at 7 p.m. Eastern. We do it at 12 o'clock noon. So make sure to be here. That's 12 noon Eastern U.S. time, 11 Central, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 9 a.m. Pacific. For those of you in Europe, it'll be 5 p.m. London time, 6 p.m. Continental European time. All right. So there you go. All right. Anybody got any astrology questions for us tonight? I always love to talk about astrology. Some of you know I've been studying astrology since 1978. It's my passion. And my mom bought me my first astrology book when I was a kid. I was a 10-year-old kid, and I got Sidney Omar's forecast it was 1978 for Aquarius. All right, there's Nessa 90. Hi, Nessa. Good to see you. I have a question. Is either Vedic or Western astrology more accurate than the other one? Nessa, I think they're equal. I've met Vedic astrologers and seen their work, and I've met other Western astrologers. I think they basically do the same thing in a really equally powerful way. Just a little different interpretation on alignments and how they interpret signs sometimes. But I've met some Vedic astrologers who do spot on stuff. So I think they're honestly equal because, I believe that the cosmos speaks to us. As somebody earlier asked, do the planets talk to us? Yes. So people that are open to mystical experiences, open to channeling, no matter what system they use, if they're tuned in, they're going to get it. So that's why the Vedic astrology, I think, is just as valid as the Western. I like the Western simply because I grew up with it. I didn't really start learning about Vedic astrology until I was probably in my mid-20s. I'm in my mid-50s now, so it's been a long time ago. I never really took up the whole study of Vedic astrology. So I got to be honest, I'm not an expert in any of that. But from the little bit I've studied and learned about, it's pretty amazing. I recommend people explore both because if you like astrology, you might feel more drawn to one system than the other. And honestly, either system is great, in my opinion. All right. Nessa 90 says, Psychic Bob, are you as a psychic more psychic during certain months?
I think yes, I'm psychic every day, Bobs.
I think I'm psychic every day, Nessa. Honestly, I do this all day long every day. And if I weren't consistent, I wouldn't have the following or be where I am. I'm very thankful.
I'm like, wow. When you're in a happy mood.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I think it's every day. I don't think there's, just as a human being, there's we are affected. For example, the moon pull affects us some days more than others. But I never feel like I lose my psychic ability. It's just inbred in me. It's always been here, Interesting. Nessa says, interesting. In Western astrology, I'm an Aries, but in Vedic, I'm a Pisces, which seems like opposites. I'd have to look at the actual charts to actually see how they calculate that. Be careful because when you're on a cusp, depending on the exact date and time, that can affect it. So for example, if the Eastern people are telling you Pisces, if I did your chart, you might be right near a cusp. And that could be, depending on the day, have been misread. And you might actually be a Pisces rather than Aries. So again, we have to look at it closely. Okay. Thank you so much. Oh, bless you, Baroness. Baroness says, he's psychic every day, but I have seen him peak when he is happy. I'm like, wow, I'm impressed. Thank you, Baroness. Angela Prayer Pump says, can you recommend a good astrology-themed tarot or oracle deck? Look into getting my first astrology-themed deck. I got to look at that. I don't ever use those, but I've seen them. So let me research it. That might be a good subject to talk about next week. One of the things, Angela, that you might want to also play with, this is something I discovered recently, which I'd never seen. Astrology dice. They have dice that you throw. It's like 3 dice, and they have like the house sign. And then
Where's yours?
I left them at home. I didn't bring them with me. But there's a thing called astrology dice, and it's a great way to learn how to kind of get a flow of how the houses work and the signs and the dates. But you roll it, you ask a question, you roll it, and it brings up astrology themed information. It's kind of cool. I like it. I tried it out. I think it's pretty accurate. Astrology dice might be something fun for you. And they make the dice in all sort of wild colors, and ones that look like crystal and some that have glitter. And it's just kind of cool. I don't know. Maybe it's a D&D freak in me. You know, when I was younger, I was into Dungeons and Dragons, and they have the fancy dice. It reminds me of it. Yeah, check out that as well. But next week I'm going to look at the decks, and I'll tell you what my personal interpretation is on the decks. Thank you.
Can we have some tantric tapes?
I don't know about that.
Is unrelated astrology.
I don't know about that.
You know.
Well, it might be. All right, there's Stardust C. Thank you, Cola. We can always count for interesting insight. Stardust C says, "Hey, PsychicBob, how come there is only one moon and not more moons?" Well, you know, Stardust C, that's a whole physics question behind itself. That would take 6 hours to explain. Basically, gravitational fields affect what energies are pulled into what planets and what falls into alignment. There is a theory that, well, I've heard it said that at one point there was a galactic war, that various star people had fights, and there were massive explosions, and that threw off some of the balance and created the moons around some of the planets. Don't know if that's 100% accurate. That's kind of simplified. But there's a lot of physics reasons why that involved as well, from the Big Bang and then different cataclysms and comets. It's really interesting. That could be a 6-hour subject. But, you know, for the Earth in terms of astrology, the moon is the planet that governs our inner life. We have the sun, which is the outer world light. And then we have the moon, which is the inner world light. So the moon affects us on the inner levels. All right, there you go. I hope that helps a little bit. All right, Angela Prayer Poems is interested in what we're going to, well, next week we'll talk about astrology decks as part of the show, okay? So, oh, is it Michelle Marzano's birthday? Oh, wait, his birthday.
She was saying happy birthday to me from New Year.
Oh, is that sweet? Yeah, I mean, gosh. I got a birthday coming up soon too, don't I?
Don't worry, I've got a nice treat for you, Bob.
Cola's got a treat. I don't know if I'm ready for this.
There's a shop in the street.
I'm in trouble now.
It says birthday cards.
All I want for my birthday is lamb chop to get me out of that financial problem at Harrods.
Lamb chop just gives you the middle finger, Bob.
Oh, lamb chop will have a talk at me. You're in trouble. Oh my gosh. Well, listen, guys, we are at our hour, and I want to say thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it, getting your astrology forecast and your horoscopes. I've had a great time with you guys. I got to get to bed because I got to get up early now to deal with Harrods and sort this mess out.
And I'm falling asleep.
Cola looks tired. I'm a little tired too. Listen, if you didn't see yesterday's show, make sure to check that out. It's in the queue right before this one. And if you go to the video section, you can see my latest adventures, my fun pub lunch today in London. We had a lot of fun. Get to see the underground, all sort of stuff. So check that out. Listen, guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 12 o'clock noon Eastern for messages from the spirit world. And until then, remember, like I always say, if you're at a time of struggle in your life, don't ever give in to despair. Just pause, take a deep breath, look upward to the stars, because that wheel of the Zodiac is always in motion. And each day it brings new alignments and new help and new hope for new beginnings. So keep a little faith, keep a little hope, keep a little love in your hearts. Let the stars guide you on your journey, and you are sure to have success. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. We'll see you back here tomorrow for messages from the spirit world. Blessed be. Good night.